Hey Axis and Allies players, the good captain here. Welcome to a review of NATO Round 2 and the execution of Soviet Round 3 in this game of East and West, played against a human opponent. The Western Europeans purchased state infantry, but otherwise did no combat, so we'll just skip to the non-combat move. And it's a very, I'll just summarize it and say that the Western Europeans clearly are aiming at Pakistan. A lot of logistics development. All the arrows obviously heading towards one area of the board. The placement also reflects this, so Indochina, Mozambique, Madagascar. Okay. A pair each in France and Italy. Okay, and they relocated the balance of their infantries in Western Europe to Italy. It displaced their armor into Algeria. Okay, Western Europe 2 income, 21. UK 2, they purchase a spy and 8 infantry. And the combat move is slightly more interesting than the Western European. They occupy Komi with 2 Brits. They send 1 Brit into Norway, along with a good chance of eliminating that garrison there without it being able to shoot back, so it's all good. Oh, and Turkmenistan. My bad. They move to clear Turkmenistan using armor, fighter, and infantry. The combat, the shelling worked. So Norway is occupied. The Soviets drop down. The Western Europeans move up, but they don't collect any of that. Komi, of course, occupied, so that the UK will collect $1 from that. And Turkmenistan is fought over, but the Soviets failed to score a hit, so it will be garrisoned by a single British infantry, and they pick up 2. Non-combat move. Again, focus on Pakistan. And yeah. Huh. Okay, so that's obviously the goal there for the Western Europeans and the Brits. Okay, UK2 placement. 8 pieces. 3, 1, yeah, the 4, 5 Ceylon. Yeah, that gets this. Filling out the logistics, the transports. 1, 1, okay, Alright, yeah, anyway, it's all about the center of the board for the Western Europeans in the UK, it appears. Although, we have to respect the fact that they have naval and AdStart forces here that, we just can't ignore that. Okay, UK2 income. They picked up 3 more IPCs than they otherwise normally would, plus the one they saved for 37. US purchase. They purchased a spy and 10 infantry. Their combat move. Yes, they clear the sub out of the Baltic, right? And then they hit South Korea, and I can't remember if there was even a 2 infantry hitting it. Yeah, I guess there was a combat, and we did, because there's a cruiser offshore, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then the non-combat move. And there's a... Okay, the thing that's noticeable to me that pops off the page is just the Pacific exit. Okay, so obviously the Pacific is not how they're getting... they're getting into this game. It looks like U.S. is going to backfill the Europeans and the British in France and Italy, and that France and Italy domino forward, and via Pakistan, basically. So that's the strat. And then U.S. placement reflects this. They now have 5 transports in position to begin a pretty, 9-1, yeah. So it's 10 pieces, right? So this is a backfill of troops going into Europe. Okay, so US2 income. I think they pick up their normal income, right? Yeah. Okay, so the US and UK are doing fine by income. It's only the Western Europeans that have been kind of pegged down to the low 20s. Let's begin Soviet 3. And we'll start with the purchase. We're going to buy a spy, and that's the second and final spy we can build. That brings us to 59. And then, of course, we'll purchase 29 infantry for 58, and that leaves 1 IPC. Okay, moving on. Actually, I'll just stop and say, as soon as I get the file from my opponent, I roll first for the counter intel, and of course I put my spy into counter intel, and then of course I get the free roll for counter intel, and both missed. They only hit on a 1, and of course there's a 30% chance, but between 2 dice there's at least 1-1, and we did not collect on that. And on the tech roll, I needed a 1 or 2 to break through and get the fission weapon, but we failed on that as well. So we have thrown now 4 dice into the third, what I call the third dimension, and we've gotten 1 back, which is more likely than not. Our opponent has yet to hurl anything, but with that investment in the previous turn and the failure of my counter intel, he will have 2 rolls himself. So he's entering the ring in the third dimension. Okay, let's move on to the combat movement phase. Okay. Okay, I've got my arrows placed, and let me first review what I'm not going to do, because I could have, and I'm not going to, and that is attack Pakistan. There is an attack option. It's not bad, but I don't think it's necessary to basically, put my chips on the game, on a decisive battle in the game just yet. I think there's a better way to do this. I would have liked to have attacked it, and again, I'm gonna try something else. something more in the realm of controlled probability, or a better control of the probabilities. That is more in line with my playstyle, I think, and more in line perhaps with the playstyle of the Soviets. So we're going to attack everywhere but there, and we're going to relocate the axis of advance, or attempt to. That's what we're going to try to do. Okay, enough chit-chat. Let's get pushing pieces. First, let's send in a clearance team to remove South Korea. I think I might add a 3rd to this group. No. Nope. Okay, so yeah, just 2-1. That's fine. Next. The fighter from Manch goes Baikal, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan. Same with Eastern Siberia. And they'll both have 1 movement point left, so I'll just combine them. Let's go ahead and split off 2 of these Chinese-based Xinjiang Ruskies and send 2 into Turkmenistan. And lastly, we'll throw in 1 armor. So 2 fighters, an armor, and 2 infantry go into clear Turkmenistan. Yep. Komi. Let's do Komi next. Yeah, we'll send the infantry that's in Russia. These 3 fighters, 1, 2, this heavy armor, just smash it. I think I'm going to commit... I can't remember if I want to commit just 2 or 3. Or 1 or 2 here. Just a moment. I think in this case, we'll send in 3 ground troops. We just want to make sure that one goes down. That one needs to go down, for sure. 100%. Okay, Norway. Split off 2. Send those in, and this armor. And that's all for him. Sweden's going to be attacked, so let me bring them out. We're going to commit everything, including the Air Force, these 2 fighters, and the bomber. So there's only 1 infantry left in Karelia. And we'll do that in a moment. We'll bring all those pieces out in a moment. And lastly, Switzerland. We're just going to throw the whole shebang in there. And actually, we're going to commit this heavy armor here, too. Okay, I think that's it. Let me gloss this over. Okay, I brought out the Swedish and the Swiss with Western, represented by Western Europeans, just in case we are repelled. Yeah, I don't know, I forgot what I was going to say. So we'll just continue. Okay, that's it for combat moves. Let's move now to combat. But one more thing before I submit. I balked and threw in a third Soviet trooper to South Korea. Might be a little early to let them have that, especially since they vacated. So we'll make sure that goes down as well. Okay, we are going to launch or kick things off with that. Just clearing out the Americans in South Korea. So we have 3 infantry and 1 armor against 1 infantry. We missed. Everything missed. Yeah, whoops. So that troop gets a free shot, which it misses. So let's start that again. Okay, 3 infantry and 1 armor. Come on, guys. All misses again. Let's go for another round. Alright, USA rolls back and misses. Round 3. Man, loading this up takes like 30 seconds each time. There, 1 hit. 1 hit. We got the hit with the armor on the 3rd round of combat. Good lord. So just USA defends South Korea round 3. Doesn't even exist. Okay, so just 1 infantry on the way back. See how long this takes. I'll never do this to you again. Okay, submit. And still missed. Okay. Already popped the token, or popped the infantry off, so now I'm just moving the tokens, so USSR goes up 2. Okay. Okie dokie. Moving on. Let's clear Turkmenistan. Okay, this is just 2 infantry and 3 armor/fighter. This should just go away in 1 round. Oh yeah, that's overkill. Question, does the British score a hit on the way back? Reroll it? No. Okay, IPC is adjusted and moving to the next battle. This will be... Let's do Norway. That one kind of makes me nervous. Okay, 2 infantry and an armor. Miss, miss, miss. Yeah, okay, here we go. The overall odds are 97% that we take this without losing the tank, but yeah, and the Brit missed on the way back, so now we go to round 2. Okay, 2 infantry, armor. Okay, come on. Hit. Off the infantry. 1 hit from the infantry. So does the UK guy take out one of us or not? Final verdict. No. Cleared Norway up to Western Europeans back to 21. Okay. Couple more battles. We have Komi. No, 3 more. Okay, Komi. Let's do Komi. 3 infantry, 3 fighters, and 1 heavy armor. That should be 2, maybe 3 hits. We should go down. They should all go down in a single round. Yeah, 1, 2. Okay, just enough. The British having an 11% chance to score 2 hits here, and they pick up 1. Okay, that's all cleaned up, and now we will... Let's do Sweden. Okay, there's basically a 50-50. 50% chance we clear this whole group of enemies on the first round. 1, 2, 3. No, we did not clear them on the first round. So the how many do they have? Oh wow. Yeah, we only wiped out their infantry, so they'll get definitely a second shot with that fighter. All right, so 4 2 defenders and a fighter. So we're looking at 2. Just over 2 hits, probably 2 or 3 hits here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh well. Okay. 6 infantry, 3 attackers, and a 4 attacker. Yeah, these will definitely. This will kill these 2 pieces. Okay. 6 inf, 3 attackers. Was that what it was? Yeah. Your brain turns to mush setting these things up constantly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Okay, and we're expecting them to get a hit on the way back. Oh, double miss. Oof. So that actually averaged out, more or less. That was the expected result. That was exactly the expected result at the end of this thing. So, okay. I think it's just Switzerland now, and this one is just 4 pieces. 3 and a fighter. 3, 4. This might go into a second round of combat. Okay, and 18-2-1. Will we get all 4? 1, 2, 3 from the infantry. And that's all. The armor and heavy armor completely missed. So, no, the fighter gets a second shot. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, 3 and a fighter roll back, and they pick up 2 kills. We roll this smash roll, just make sure we see a 1 somewhere. Yes, we did. That's just the infantry. The armor and heavy armor missed again. Just a point of interest. And does the fighter pick up the kill? It does. Okay, so that was a bit warm for the Swiss, but all's well that ends well. They're down. And so between Sweden and Switzerland, that was a +5 to the overall boost. Everything else was just empire maintenance, right? Like we just recapturing stuff we'd already lost. So, you know, we created some new enemies in Switzerland and Sweden. Otherwise, we took out 5 NATO pieces, and we lost 4 Soviet pieces. Oh no, 4, 5, 6, 7 Soviet pieces. 14 IPCs for... Yeah, it's about an even exchange, so... Let's finish out this turn. We'll do non-combat. Okay, this is going to be a lot on NCM, so let's just push pieces and then maybe make some adjustments during placement. But, okay, Romania and Greece consolidate Yugoslavia. West Germany is a rally point for Poland and East Germany. This bomber, 1, 2, 3, Ukraine. These fighters stack in West Germany. These armors head into Finland. They each had 1 movement point left. Okay, what else? This Ukrainian infantry will come to Romania. This infantry moves south. These armor move north. All of these armor, this heavy armor comes north. The armor comes back. The Turks move east, or the garrisons in Turkey, I should say. Let's bring you south. Oops. Okay, now in the east, bring this armor back. I just start snaking troops all over the place just because we can. One of these armors goes 1, 2. You know, let's just scoot all these infantry down there. Yeah, let's reinforce that area. Never mind. Why? Because there are spies on the board. I forgot about that. There are 2 spies on the board. If you pop diplomacy on either one of them, they can shut China off. That means those Chinese that are defending North Korea go away. So assume the worst. Plan for that. We'll just keep it as is. Let's continue. This heavy armor goes to Ukraine. These fighters go to Ukraine. It's kind of a... You can hit a lot from Ukraine, even with 2 movement factor armor. I think we're good. Oh, these 2 fighters in Turkmenistan need to land in Iran. So yeah, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 fighters accounted for, 1 bomber accounted for, the heavy armors. That one's over here accounted for. I'm just keeping track of all my core units. And I think we're good. So now, you know, for the time being, I think I'm going to cancel this order. Okay. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is backfill, or we're placing units now, so just garrison all the areas we can. So let's put one in Finland. I think we need 2 in Moscow. Definitely need at least 1 in Orel. I like to put 1 in Ukraine. But I'll put him, we'll come back to him. Let's put 1 in the Urals, just because there's not so much of a threat to Pakistan anymore. We'll need at least 1 in Georgia for the same reason. We need to max out, we absolutely need to max out West Germany and East Germany. That's 4-4. We need to max out Poland. We need to spot Greece. We need to spot Turkey. And this is the life of being a Soviet player. 2 in Romania. Okay, 6 pieces left. I like the idea of topping off Georgia. So let's pop 2 into there. Let's top off. Let's put 2 in Belarus. Oh, and 2 in Yugoslavia. We owned that from the beginning of our turn. Yeah, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Okay, this fellow in Ukraine, I'm going to relocate him to Urel, so that maxes out Urel and Belarus. Because yes, we have a nice we're thin up top, but that's accounted for. Or at least we're planning that in. So, oh, Iran! Iran needs 2. Let's take 1 out of Urel and 1 out of Georgia. For the East, I don't know, if the Americans are ignoring it, it'd be silly to reinforce it. And lastly, we place our second and final spy. Hopefully our final spy. I guess we'll put him right up here because he hasn't done anything yet. Still not sure what the best way to manage this circle is, but yeah, okay. Okay, let's collect income. So I know the answer is 74. I saved 1, and we have 69, right? But plus 4 for China, 73, and we saved 1, so 74. Okay, this, for better or worse, concludes Soviet Turn 3. Thanks for watching. All the best from the good captain, and bye-bye.